Kia ora Norn, welcome back to Wellington Central Police Station. Can I start this progress update by providing important contact information for those who still require help or those who want to offer assistance. If you are one of those, please contact the Wellington City Council's contact centre, which is operating 24/7. I want to acknowledge also the difficult conditions our staff, our FENS colleagues, ESR and USAR are working in down at Loafers Lodge. The work they've done to date is impressive and we are thankful for their efforts. We know how important it is to locate everyone and reunite them with whānau and loved ones as quickly as possible. The investigation team have moved swiftly, and it's not by chance that we now have a man remanded in custody charged with arson. And we cannot rule out further more serious charges. We've now accounted for 99 people. Those who remain unaccounted for are less than 10, but I'm not willing to confirm that number. Until we have fully examined all parts of the building, we remain reluctant to confirm the specific number of deceased and unaccounted for. However, factually I can report that we have located 5 victims, 4 of whom have been removed from the scene. Current traffic management plan and disruption to Adelaide Road will remain in place for the foreseeable future. I acknowledge the disruption that this causes to local businesses and residents, and I'm forever thankful for their patience. The cordons will remain around Loafers Lodge into next week. We also understand that people who are evacuated from Loafers Lodge are eager to get some of their property back. However, our position on that hasn't changed since yesterday. Nonetheless, it's a continual point of review for us.
Police have
Thank you.
Or found 5 victims but have only recovered 4. Is there a specific reason as to why the 5th hasn't been removed, or is it just kind of the processes behind?
Well, the scene examination in itself, and in the 3rd floor in particular, it is quite dangerous, and there are still parts of that floor that we can't cross because of the danger posed by it. So that's one of the contributing factors for being unable to recover that person at this stage.
When will decisions be made about further charges, if any?
That's a discussion for the Crown Prosecutor's Office and Police, and I anticipate that'll be some stage in the future.
Also, have you confirmed that 5 are dead, or is it still 6?
Confirmed that 5 are dead.
So it's not 6?
I can only confirm that 5 are dead, because that's what we've located.
What's the process over the weekend? Are you expecting to bring more bodies out of the building?
The scene examination will continue over the weekend, and we hope to recover the 5th person as quickly as we can. If we can do that over the weekend, certainly we will.
And is there any update on how you can say that it was arson?
No.
Can you give a little bit more detail about the challenges of the scene in terms of the structural integrity of the building? You know, you've said there are some areas that you can't access. What are the specific concerns with those areas?
So there's no roof in parts of the 3rd floor, so that's unstable. In terms of the floor that the staff are walking on, there are parts still that are unstable, and we have been supported by the USAR, who, as we move forward incrementally, have been working below us to prop up the floor with acro props and also support the roof in places where it has crumbled.
And it was raining quite heavily this morning, and there are obviously holes in the roof. How did that affect the investigation today?
Well, yeah, as you can imagine, the staff inside, or all the people inside on that 3rd floor, were getting wet, and I'm grateful to them for their professionalism and the respect that they have for the task at hand. It's a difficult job, but it's a job that we are expected to do, and they're doing a magnificent job at that.
With things like
Sorry?
How many staff have been committed to the scene examination?
It varies throughout, and it depends. So in terms of the examination, it depends on the retrieval or removal of our victims. So it fluctuates up and down. In terms of the number of staff sifting through and moving incrementally forward, that sits at 10.
With elements like the weather, obviously there's rain expected this weekend as well. Does that cause any issues in terms of speeding up the process? You know, are you working to a tighter timeline?
No, the examination will be methodical and the rain will be a hindrance, the cold will be uncomfortable. Nonetheless, the staff are professional and they will ensure that we collect any pieces of evidence. We take our time and we do it appropriately.
Have police been able to confirm the identities of any of the 5 recovered or notify any family members of their lost ones?
That's part of the formal identification process which our victims are going through now, so no.
Are you able to say how many families have been in touch with police concerned about family members unaccounted for?
All I can say there is there's a number of families who have been in touch with police over the last 4 or 5 days, and I can't confirm the number.
What is your message to the families who are kind of playing the waiting game at the moment?
We will get to the... if you are one of those families who are affected and who are waiting, rest assured that we are moving as quickly as we can without compromising the investigation.
Did CCTV footage help police in charging the man?
I can't comment on that.
Have police had access to a list of the number of people in the building, either like some kind of sign-in sheet that they've been working off of?
You know, our reconciliation team, part of that process is obtaining multiple lists from multiple agencies, organisations, including the one that you've just mentioned, and comparing and confirming.
Can you just explain how it's gone from 92 people accounted for yesterday to 99?
Well, so part of the reconciliation process and the accounting process is when we do have the name of a person reported missing, then it's confirmation either by sight or contact with and verifying that they are actually accounted for.
So given there were 94 rooms in the building, were there people in that building who were living there?
Well, that's part of the reconciliation process, part of the investigation process. So I can't 100% say that there were only 94 in there. There may have been visitors at the time. There may have been guests staying over. Hence the reason that the reconciliation process has been detailed and does take time.
Was the person charged ever a resident of the building?
I'm not commenting on that. Thank
Is
you.
there a chance that some of those who were in the building, their identities may never be known?
Well, I guess there is the chance that some people who might not want to be identified might not make contact with us or agencies or the landlord and might not want to be known that they are there. That's one of the difficulties of the reconciliation process.
There's already been some issues of discrepancies between the directors' lists of guests and reports from on the ground. Are police confident that the lists provided by the owners are accurate?
I'm confident that the reconciliation process that we are going through is accurate.
Can you talk us through the next steps heading into the weekend?
Heading into the weekend, obviously the scene examination is priority for us. And I'll just reiterate, it'll be methodical, it'll be slow, and if you can imagine working in that rubble now, picking up, sifting through some of the rubble that is there, and then moving it aside so we can incrementally move forward, as opposed to if it was outdoors, we could pick it up and move it sideways.
Can police comment on whether they expect the death toll to rise in the coming days?
Well, I can't say that until the examination is complete, so that would be irresponsible if I said that.
Just a couple more questions, mate.
Just back to the deaths. Can you just explain how it was 6, but now it is 5? Is the 6 based off reporting from friends when they examined the scene, and now you've taken it on? It's based on who you find and who you recover? How has that changed?
Well, I can only comment that we've located 5.
Last question, folks? Thank you.
Thank you.
Appreciate it.
Thank you.